Today I wanted to answer some of your most common questions about credit. Chances are if you have a question about your credit, I will be covering it today, so let's get into it. My score is a 620 on Experian, and I still can't qualify for a credit card. Any recommendations? When you are applying for a credit card, your income matters almost as much or more than your credit score. The credit card companies want to make sure that you can make your payments on time each month, so when you are applying for a credit card, make sure to include all your income sources in your household. If you have been denied a credit card, I recommend applying for a secured card, since these have higher approval rates than unsecured cards. Two secured cards that I recommend are the Chime Visa Credit Builder and the Discover It Secured Card, as well as some resources that I linked below. How quick can you gain points after deleting something off of your credit report? Your credit score consists of 5 main factors, so there is no way to distinguish exactly what could have changed your score. Your balances could be different from last month. Other items could have been deleted, or an account was added. If there are changes in your score, you will see within 30 days of the creditors receiving your disputes. Creditors report every 30 days to the credit bureaus. So when you view your credit report or score, it is a pinpoint in time on what information was reported. So just make sure to check your credit report every 30 days. See what items were deleted or remain, then send your next round of disputes. There is nothing quick about credit repair. You just need to be consistent and patient. Is it worth trying to delete the whole account if there are several late payments? So when it comes to deciding whether to try and remove an entire account or just the late payments, this is what I look out for. If your account is open and active, just work on trying to remove the most recent late payment. You want to continue building positive credit history and not close the account. If the account was charged off and there is more negative history than positive, I would recommend trying to remove the entire account. If the account is at a $0 balance, open for a long length of time, and has some sporadic late payments, then this probably means it has more positive than negative, so I would leave the account alone and try and remove the most recent late payment. So look at the report, its length of history, and decide if it's worth removing it, leaving it alone, or removing the most recent late payment. Is a single-digit percentage of utilization better than 0? So the short answer is 0% utilization is always better than any balance. Utilization is 30% of your score and has only to do with your revolving credit. The most important thing is making your payments on time each month. After that, try and pay down your balances as low as possible. Is paying for deletion the same thing as removing it from your account? So paying a collection and completing a pay for delete is not the same thing. A pay for delete is where you pay the account in full for removal off the credit report. This usually has to do with collections, meaning they are with a third-party debt collector and not the original creditor. You are calling the collection agency and asking for a pay in full for removal off the credit report. The key word here is removal, not showing a $0 balance. I only recommend doing this if you have 1 or 2 collections that are affecting your credit. If you have other items to work on getting removed, I recommend going through the process and trying to get as much removed as you can before you pay collections. One thing to remember is paying a collection does not remove it off of your credit report. A balanced collection weighs the same as a $0 balance collection, so I always recommend completing a pay for delete or working on getting it removed through disputing. Are late payments the most difficult to remove? Late payments are the largest factor in your score, so you need to work on getting them removed. Nothing is easy or hard to remove or update on your credit. You just need to be consistent and follow the process. What would be hard is if you had a lot of late payments for a certain account. So try and locate an account with only 1 or 2 30-day late payments. You're gonna have more success with removal on these types of accounts. I have this video right here where I dive into step-by-step how to remove late payments off of your credit report. I have a 30-day late payment reported on an account that was closed 3 months ago. So even though the account is paid and closed, it is still negatively affecting your score. First, you need to call the creditor, explain why you were late, how this is affecting your score, and ask for a goodwill deletion. If they say no, ask for the correct address to send your goodwill deletion letters to, then send out these letters once every week and continue to call and try and speak with a manager or someone who can help. Remember to be consistent with sending out these letters and calling. Should I pay down utilization that is taking me months, or should I let it go to collections or charge off, then remove it? So when you have an account and are struggling to keep up with it, always try and keep it open and active and do not let it charge off. First, call your creditor, explain the situation, try and get on a payment plan with them. More often than not, they will surprise you and help work with you on the account. You want to try to avoid getting late payments on the account. So always try and make your minimum payments on time. Get on a payment plan and keep them from charging off. How does refinancing my auto loan with a different lender affect my score? So when you apply to refi your installment loan, a new inquiry will show on your credit report and may temporarily drop your score. As long as you are making payments on time on your new installment loan, you are fine. It does not affect you. A minimal inquiry is not going to affect you in the long term. Inquiries only report to your credit report for 24 months and affect you for the first 12. They are the least of your worries on your credit. When you are applying for a line of credit or a refi that will help you in the long term, it is a good thing overall. That's it for the questions today. If you liked this video, please make sure to check out this one, where I cover the most common mistakes people are making while working on their credit. Once again, my name is Ari Gruman, and I'll see you in the next one.